Good morning. Happy Sunday. I know a lot of y'all getting ready to go to church and hear a word. This is an extra word for you. Um, I've been watching from my little island, and I've been seeing a lot of my friends and a lot of family go through. And some of them are frustrated and they're upset because they're like, we trust in God and we believe in God, and God's not moving like we've been told He should move. Now I'm not trying to. I ain't give you. I didn't bring no sugar today. I ain't bring no sugar. So I'm, I'm just telling you up front. And this is not a stick on. I'm not poking at nobody. I'm really not, because we all have struggles and we all have things that we're going through. We just have to be a lot more, not so much transparent, but so much more honest with ourselves. Um, there are a lot of people that go to church Sunday after Sunday, and they're going through the motions because they've learned the lingo, they've learned how to dress, how to move, how to do all the different things that we've been taught and told how you act in church. And in the process, we've gotten all of those things down, and we have become confused and think that means we have a relationship with God. I'm sorry to tell you, no, that's not. You don't have one. And then I've seen some folks that's going through physical, health issues. God has allowed some of the things that we go through to be public for the simple fact that there are people that need to know that even those of us that walk with Christ and we're His mouthpieces, and that we His children, that we struggle, that we got problems and we got stuff that we going through. And it's how we go through our public stuff that helps us with our private battles as well. Because I jokingly say I'm on the island of Patmos, but it's a real thing for me because I'm working on me. I'm trying to do the things that He's called me to do, but also get healthy and get back on my feet and get out of my wheelchair and lose weight. And I'm doing this just me and Him. And I'm learning that we've got to be more concerned with our brothers and sisters. Check on folks. Look after folks. See what's going on with the people that we say we love. Now I understand you got a busy life and things sometimes get overwhelming. But we've got to learn to balance this out. A phone call, a message, a word of encouragement to somebody means the world to them, because see, the adversary is in their ear saying, see, don't nobody care about what you're going through. Why don't you just give up? Why don't you just stop? All the time that they're struggling and they're fighting every day, that's being played in the back of their head and whispered in their ear. And it's up to us to send a word to encourage them to not stop, to keep them from giving up. Because every person that is called in whatever capacity they are called is valuable to God. Not just because of church and ministry, but just because of the life that you live and the people you affect. We've got to learn to look at ourselves, be honest with ourselves. I wrote a post just yesterday evening. We can't minister to other people if we can't minister to ourselves. And I don't mean give yourself words of encouragement, and that's wonderful, that's great. I'm talking about when you can look at yourself and say, you know what, I'm struggling with this thing. God, I'm still doing what you want me to do, but I'm struggling. Don't play it off to where you internalize your pain because you think you doing God a discredit if you show that you're going through something. I have seen a couple of different ministers here in Jefferson City that have had to deal with health issues with their loved ones. And yes, they kept the majority of it private because everybody is not privy. Everybody don't need to be in the hard work because they're not equipped for that. But they allowed people to see them struggle, see them go through, and then come out on the other side. And if you notice how they used to pray and praise God is different now. And that is because they've gone from working the mechanics of being a Christian to having the relationship with God, which changes every dynamic of how they look at life, how they look at people, how they look at people's situations. Because we are far too quick to throw out the person we think is unworthy and want to hold on to the person that gives us the perfect model of what we think a Christian should be. I have seen certain brothers that are called to ministry that will travel all over this country when they have brothers that are in their fraternity get sick or even pass away. We need to go and see about our people. If you have the ability to do it, you must do it. And it's not because you're trying to get kudos. It's because you have a genuine love for your brothers and sisters. That's what being a Christian, being a child of God is going into the rough places, going into the places that folks say that you saved, you ain't supposed to be there. If God ordains and calls you to go wherever he calls you to go, find yourself going. There is something in that place that you can effect change in. That's why God told you to do it. I know so many people that used to be on drugs, and when they got off drugs, they were the meanest and the most cruel to other people that were on drugs. You would think that they would have more compassion because it's a part of what they walk through. We've got to learn to keep that same compassion that we desired for ourselves and give that same compassion to others. Far too many people will cast out the person that's struggling and want to keep the person that looks like they're not struggling. I got news for you. That person that's looking all polished and clean, they're struggling. They got some stuff going on. How do I know? Because I've taught Bible studies in Sunday schools, and I was going to church every Sunday when I first started out. I lived out in public housing, and I would come to church. I would study. We would do Bible study, all of this, and then I would come home and call the dope man. I did that for a long time, and I know other people that go to church, come home, and get drunker than a mug, or get high as they can get. And but you'll never know it. You'll never see it because it's what they do behind closed doors. I love you enough to tell you this. Whatever that thing is that you're struggling with behind closed doors, God is waiting for you to give it to him and let him help you out of it. Don't stop being embarrassed. God will show you who you can trust and who you can rely on and who you cannot trust and rely on. Everybody's not equipped. There are some people that when you start going through, they will start falling to the wayside. Don't be mad at them. Don't be upset with them. Don't think ill of them. Don't think they don't love you. Every fight is not for everyone. I'm just saying. As I look out and see the sunrise this morning, every day is a blessing and every day is a new day. And we truly have got to learn to start being there for our brothers and sisters. I talked about going through struggles last time I was on. I've been struggling with some things, and I've seen my brother struggle with the loss of his wife. And I found out that speak how you feel. Speak what's going on. If you don't do nothing but just stand out in the middle of a field and say, Lord, I'm hurting. I don't know what to do. I want to follow you. I want to trust you. I want to believe. But right now, I'm hurting. I don't really understand why this happened. And sometimes God may not give you an answer for what you're going through. But at the same time, God will put his arms around you and say, let me work you through this. I got some people that I watch and I talk to that are going through health issue after health issue after health issue after health issue. But the beautiful thing is, even when they want to quit, God loves them through the next phase and the next steps. And he'll do the same thing for anyone that desires to be better. For those of you that don't go to church on a regular basis, that building is not what's going to make you or break you. It's wonderful if you can get there and get you some refreshing and get you some loving on. But if nothing else, find some other people that believe in God like you believe in God. God says where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name. He didn't say a specific place. He just said gathered together in my name. Don't isolate yourself. Don't internalize how you're feeling. Don't hold it in. If you need to cry, cry. If you need to yell, yell. Just be careful. Make sure that nobody call the police thinking you lost your mind. Let God know how you're feeling. Let you know how you're feeling and be honest with it and be comfortable enough with it. We all struggle. We all go through. It's how we do it that will determine whether we make it to the other side or not. If you push it down inside and you try to act like it never happened, eventually that thing will come to the surface. And when it comes to the surface, it's far bigger than when you pushed it down. Deal with your things. Deal with your issues. Deal with your hurts. Deal with your pains in the best way you can, and allow God to be the one to help guide you through the whole process. Today is a new day. God is waiting on you to just speak the words. I know the Bible story of the friends that took the man to Jesus, and he couldn't get in the door, so they cut a hole in the roof to lower him down. See, that's why you need some friends, real friends, people that you be in the house, locked in the house, shades all closed, depressed, talking about I ain't coming out no more. The kind of friends that cut your door off its hinges and come in your house and be like, look, get up. We ain't going for that. We want you better. We love you. We love you for real. Somebody that'll come, if you got an addiction, that'll come right into the place that you at, getting high, and sit there with you and like, okay, when you get done, let's go. Come on out. Come on. This ain't you. This is not what God called you to be. There's more in you than this. We're gonna find out where the pain is coming from, and we're gonna help you through this. Them people that'll be there when nobody else will be there. The people that you can call at 3 o'clock in the morning, and they won't tell you, man, it's too late. Call me tomorrow. They'll wake up, wipe their eyes, and be like, what you need? You got to get you a team. It may only be one, it may only be two, but God has ordained some people to walk through the whole process with you. Y'all have a great Sunday. If y'all get out and enjoy this weather, love on some folks, check on some folks, give some words of encouragement to somebody that you don't know. I'm going to holler at y'all again. Love you and peace.